I'm back. Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to title Politics and Tricks. Being that it's the election this year, and we're hearing all the back and forth, the bickering, and rightfully so, that's the name of the game. But everybody want to know who y'all voting for. Who you voting for? Who this, who that? So I just want to say a few things regarding that. Well, for one, who you voting for should be a personal thing for you, being that politics, as much as we make light of it and trivialize it because it's a lot of bullshit involved, it really is talking about, they really are handling, not just talking about, serious resources, dealing with serious issues that need not be taken lightly. So, and it reminds me of that David Chappelle stand-up, when he made the joke about how a white person, he don't tell you who he voting for. He told him how he was doing his wife, all that other stuff that one would think is personal, but when it comes to that voting, and he ain't telling you that. And that's just something to think about. But let me continue. So now, everybody want to know who you voting for. But so I'm gonna say this first. I'm gonna generalize this first. I say this, regardless of the candidate or the politician, this is things you need to consider before you pick either or. I'll just put it like that. So the first thing I would consider is to pretty much go by their policy, not by their appearance. See, we fell for that trick before. Don't fall for that trick again. If whether you like a candidate or dislike a candidate, let it be about their policy, not how they look. Let it be about what they stand for, not how they look. Which brings to another thing, being that, okay, this is politics, so of course the candidates, they gon' throw out all the dirt they can on who they going against. Now when it comes to us, you don't let that be the reason. I'll say that because I see a lot of stuff people posting, and it's really, okay, this person used to sleep with this person, or this person used to not even necessarily hang with somebody, but just used to do something that's okay. On the surface, it don't really too much matter. I mean, it does, because what you do in your personal definitely can reflect in your public life, especially in a certain position. But at the same time, use their policy, not their dirty laundry, whether you want to vote for them or against them. So if somebody want to tell me a reason why not to vote for a specific person, let it be about something, that policy, that's something that'll really affect me, as opposed to who they done slept with back in the day, or who they even sleeping with now. Now, unless it's just something real flagrant, then again, like I said, certain things personally can reflect on us all when you got a person in that position. So don't get me wrong, but at the same time, again, let it be about the policy. I need a stronger reason why not to vote for this person. Or, oh man, that person, he racist because they did this, or they was in a meeting with this person or that person. And again, like I said, that can tell us something, but it may not tell us nothing. And I may need something a little stronger for a reason why I should or shouldn't vote for that person. So I would just keep that in mind if I was you. And another thing, well, me personally, who am I voting for? You know what? I'm probably gonna vote for me. Yeah. You know, on thought, I think I'm gonna vote for me. I think I win every time when I vote for me. And the point is that neither one of these politicians or parties is gonna save you directly. You gotta save yourself. I would advocate getting yourself and those you love in a position to whereas no matter who's president, we still shining, or we still prospering, however you want to put it. So that's the best position to be in. Now, of course, there are some distinctions when it comes to which party you choose that will affect you, or rather either open the door or close the door on what you're trying to do. So you definitely want to take that in consideration. And now, with that being said, I kind of want to speak to my people when I'm talking about this, because, and I'm talking about my people meaning the black, the African American. Now, traditionally, since I've been alive, we've been, hey, vote Democrat. Democrats is for the poor, Republicans for the rich. So, you gotta think about that statement, because as I get older, I think a little bit more about that statement. And hold on, before I even continue, because on certain issues, and I may have mentioned this before, certain issues I'm gonna be conservative on. Certain issues I'm gonna be liberal or democratic on. It all depends on the issues. But when it comes to the groupings of certain issues, then I'm definitely gonna have to nitpick, and that's where the complexity of who you gonna vote for, because I may agree with you on this, but I may disagree with you on that, and depending on what that is, it may be the deal breaker. But back to what I was saying, we was raised thinking that Democrats is for us, the poor people, and there is, but think about what it really means, and this is where I believe the catch-22. And again, I'm not pro or anti either party. If you ask me, they're all equally worthless, or it's kind of like a lawyer. They're only as good as high, or public pretender, so to say. They're only as good as what you tell them to be good, in a way. But, and I get into that in another video. But in general, again, like I was saying, Democrats will help you if you're poor. Now, that don't mean they're going to help you not be poor. And I think that's where a lot of us got it twisted at, thinking that, okay, if Democrats is for the poor, that means they're going to fight for the poor not to be poor. But on second thought, that's not what that means. It pretty much means the only help you'll be able to get from us, unless you're poor. If you're not poor, we're not going to help you. So I think we indirectly, in order to receive the benefits from the democratic or socialist perspective, we have to be poor, or we kind of play ourselves down in order to get the benefit. And on the flip side, as far as the Republicans, okay, if you got money, it will open the doors for you, and it's going to help you be more rich. And yes, it does in a lot of ways. And those doors that they open, it does apply to all of you, whether you got money or not. Now, of course, it'll be more prosperous for you if you had money, because it take money to make money in that respect. But the same benefits, like for instance, a corporation will have from, for a $1 billion corporation, in a lot of ways it's going to apply to you as well, whether you just not making that much money financially, but the same benefits that apply to you. So all this is just something to think about, and I can go into detail, and hey, I'm not no political expert in that respect, so again, this is not political advice or whatever, but again, this is giving y'all something to think about with these upcoming elections. And like I said, me personally, I'm going by somebody policy, as opposed to, you got to give me an offer I can't refuse, or I may exercise the right not to vote, because I'm not necessarily with the lesser of two evils. But y'all got to come holler at me, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, give me a call and tell me what you're going to do for me and mine, and then I'll go from there. But until then, I'm probably going to vote for me. I'm going to do that anyway. But that's my leading theory as of now. But again, just talking about the different parties, especially when it comes to my people, just think about what I said as far as the Democratic Party and its pros and cons, and the Republican Party and its pros and cons. And move according to that, not how somebody look, or who they used to date, or any of that kind of personal dirty laundry. Now, unless that personal dirty laundry got something to do with all of us, or it can, because again, that does show a person's character. But again, ain't nobody perfect, so everybody gonna have dirty laundry in that respect. So you gotta, man, you gotta be smarter than that. You gotta think deeper than that, you know. So, hey, this is not why I'm not voting for you because of this here, or this is why I'm gonna pick you. As much as why everybody wondering why, this is why. So think about that. And again, like I said, man, get yourself, you and yours, in a position to where it don't even matter, you know. Like, that remind me of the saying of that famous, the famous banker boys, the rich people at Rothschild. What he say? Let me control a nation's money. I don't care who make the laws. Let me control my money. Let me have my money. And I don't care who make the laws. But again, I don't necessarily subscribe to that on second thought, even though it's a nice little saying. But y'all get what I mean. But this is Bad News Brown breaking it down for y'all real quick, man. I just want to put this out there, give y'all something to think about, because it's a lot of politics and tricks, war, and deception. And it's time to get hip on that, man. Go ahead and subscribe to me. I'm going to be back at y'all with some more. Peace.